the real nice things about shooting pre-charged pneumatic rifles is that there's virtually zero recoil. Now this gun actually has a bit of recoil because it's shooting a heavier round, and it's also very loud. So it's certainly not like shooting the Marauder, which is so quiet, you almost have to make sure you see the pellet impact or you think your gun's actually defective. This gun you certainly know when it's firing because there is no doubt because of the rapport of the rifle. It hits very hard and it shoots very fast for a .25 caliber. There are a couple pellets that work pretty well in this rifle. The JSB Exact Kings worked very well, as they did with the Walther Falcon Hunter. Also, the Barracuda pellets from H&N did very well. The H&N hollow points did reasonably well, and so did the H&N field targets. I think there were field target specials we tried in this gun, and they also did reasonably well. The H&N hollow points did very good up until a point. They started getting a little bit wild at range. By contrast, these pellets should perform equally well both close in and at range given their shape, and they have that good round nose which really should help with the aerodynamics. To start, we're going to shoot these JSB Exact Kings. We're going to leave the camera right here so you guys can see how I go through the process of loading this rifle and getting ready to shoot. And I also want you to hear the rapport of the rifle. It's quite loud. To start, you open the bolt and release this little lever. That opens and lets you take out this little 8-shot magazine. We're going to start with the JSBs here. The JSB pellets are 25.4 grain. In contrast, most 177 pellets top out at maybe 8 grain. The heavy ones are 10 grain. So you're looking at something that's significantly heavier than a 177, and most 22 pellets are in the 14.3, 14.5 range. So again, when you start talking about 25 cal pellets, you're talking about significantly more lead on target. That returns here. Now if you just simply close the bolt, this can be a little tricky to get it lined up. You notice that your little push goes right up there, and that puts the center pin, so make sure this is stable. Shut the bolt. Now the gun's basically ready to fire. There's a really cool safety on this. To just push it in, you can't. I've never seen a gun that safeties, whose safety has a safety, but this rifle, its safety actually has a safety. You have to push down on this little lever there, and then the safety will go in. You can put it back on safe as well. Now I've set the scope for 12 power because we're only shooting at 20 yards. Let's see what we can do with it today. Again, what's really nice about these is they're not hold sensitive like a spring gun. So you can really just enjoy yourself shooting without having to be really too concerned about like spring gun technique. Follow through is important, breathing is important, trigger control, all that stuff stays important. You know what also is really, really important? Replacing the gas cylinder. Yes, even the so-called, quote, experts, and I'm really not that much of an expert, I just love shooting air guns. Even we make stupid mistakes. It is important when you're going to shoot a pre-charged pneumatic rifle, you actually put the air cylinder back in it. Let me go ahead and discharge this one shot that's in the receiver. We'll go ahead and put the magazine back in and try this on. We'll try this again. Okay. Now let's try this the right way again here. All right. Now I bet we're going to have a whole lot better success shooting. We actually got some fuel in there now. Okay, let's try this one more time. The trigger on this gun will take a little getting used to, although the first stage is very, very light. And the second stage is relatively smooth. It's way longer than it should be. Okay, well, leave it to me and my poor shooting. I had 4 shots literally go through the same hole right in the bullseye in that very last shot. The trigger got the best of me, and I pulled it a little bit harder than I need to and shot low to the right. So it's certainly, the gun is incredibly accurate and smooth. This particular shot group, and we'll get a quick shot of it here in the camera in just a moment, but it would have been a whole lot better if I hadn't tanked that last shot. We'll go ahead and move the camera. I'm going to shoot a couple more groups so we can get them on film, and we'll go from there. I really want to take just a moment and thank the guys over at Pyramid Air. They provided this product, all the pellets and the targets, as well as the universal fill kit and all the accessories I've needed to test this rifle. They've been very, very good to me and very good to the sport in general. The next time you're looking for a new air gun or you need your next batch of supplies, be sure to look up the guys at Pyramid Air, www.pyramidair.com. They'll really take good care of you. When you're placing your next order, make sure to try the 10 for 10 service with Pyramid Air. They'll take your gun out of the wrapper, and they'll double check it for any sort of physical problems, and they'll run it through a chronograph just to make sure it's firing properly. My name is Rick Utzler. I want to thank you all for joining us today. Until next time, please shoot safe and have a whole lot of fun.